What's good, YouTube? Dom, Staven Sports Cards here, coming back with another video. This will be my first day at the National recap. It was unbelievable. For the first hour, I was running around like a kid in a candy shop, just looking at case after case of amazing stuff. They'd have cards fanned out in the dozens where a lot of people can't afford one. Was super cool. Was able to pick up a lot of cool stuff for the PC and meet a lot of great YouTubers both at the show and at the meetup that I stayed to until almost midnight, just talking, shooting the shit. And they were all super welcoming and friendly, even though they had never met me in person and a lot of them hadn't heard of my channel. I felt really welcomed, and it was really cool to meet so many of you. Let's get into the pickups. Always wanted this card, and I was never able to get it for a reasonable price. This is the 2007 Topps Derek Jeter with Mickey Mantle in the dugout and President Bush in the stands. It's a really cool just variation that they did, and it's an iconic card from this era of a Hall of Famer with Yadier Molina in the background. So, always have loved that card. Finally happy to own it. I made some strides in my Frank Robinson Topps run. Got the 1963 Topps. This one's in really nice shape, and I was able to get this for $10. You got a price tag of $15 on it. I was expecting to pay $20 to $30 a card with the condition that I wanted for my Frank Robinson, so getting this for $10 was a really nice deal. I went up to Craig Halbig, who's been on the Golden Age of Cardboard, and I got this 1960 Topps Frank Robinson and this 71. They're both pretty sharp cards, and I was able to get them for $60 combined. So however you want to divvy that up between the two. Craig and his wife were super friendly, had a ton of stuff. When I told them the years and Frank Robinson, he was quickly able to look up in his database and pull stuff out. So it was really cool to meet him and get a deal done to help my collection. There was a great couple from the Baltimore, Washington area, and they had an entire box of Redmans with the tab, and once I picked this up, I could not put it down. This is a 1952 Topps, 52 Redman, Duke Schneider. Beautiful color on this one, a little edge wear, but it's from 1952, so for it to still have the tab intact and to be in this good of condition, I could not pass this up. One of my favorite pickups from day one. They also had a box of tickets, and I didn't own any tickets in my collection, so I decided to give it a look. And this is from a doubleheader in 1967, where Carl Yastrzemski hit a home run in Game 2, and the Red Sox won 6-1 against the White Sox in June of 1967. Super cool to own that. Twilight night, grandstand seats. And then I got a newer school ticket, 2015 Nationals versus Pirates when Max Scherzer threw a no-hitter. This was a really nice piece here. And I've seen signed tickets going on the Rage. If I can get Max Scherzer to sign this for a reasonable price, that would be a really nice get for the PC. There's only so many of these tickets out there, and to get one signed, it would be really awesome. Signatures for Soldiers had their booth at Sports Card Nation with a ton of donated autographs, all the proceeds going to veterans and military and their families. They're the charity of the National this year. They were the charity of Hobbypalooza. If you're going to the National at all the rest of the weekend, please stop by the Sports Card Nation booth. They're on the way towards PSA in the corporate area. I was able to pick up these Hall of Fame postcards, Lou Boudreau and George Kell. Really cool to add these autographs to the collection and to help a good cause. I wanted to pick up some cheap slabs along the way, and these cards came out to $10 a slab. 1969 Topps, Hoyt Wilhelm. 1980 Topps, Mike Schmidt, and an 8. 1969 Topps, Al Lopez, in a 7. And a 59 Fleer, Ted Williams, back to the Marines. I love that image. And a good 2. So getting cards for less than the price of grading, in the slab, encapsulated, protected, and some of those in collector better grades. Speaking of, picked up this this Perez Steel from 1981, signed by Bob Lemon, authentic by PSA, for $20. It's the one price that I didn't haggle all day. Super cool. And I couldn't get this signed by Bob Lemon for $20. Even before he passed, I couldn't get this slab for $20. So it was a no-brainer for me to add another Perez Steel to the collection. Speaking of Perez Steels, I ran into a bunch of YouTubers. Jake, Legends Never Die, laid this on me. John, Wade Boggs fan. Eric, 4-leaf cards with his $5 challenge. Victor, the rookie card specialist. Nats Man and Big Scott got this beautiful autograph picture. And there's so many of you that I met when I ran into Jake and Eric at this table. Slowly but surely, baseball collector and groups of YouTubers just started piling up, and we were taking up this little side aisle where there was literally 20 of us talking. I got to introduce myself to a lot of people, and it was just really cool that the community feeling that was there in person, and interacting with all you guys was really awesome, especially at the after show at 7, the Sheridan. We were all showing off our pickups, talking about like buying, selling, trading, and just talking about life and getting to know each other. And honestly, that was one of the number one reasons I wanted to go to the National, and I'm very happy that I did. Had a great time picking up cards, but getting to meet all of you guys in person, and how genuine and friendly and welcoming you guys are, even if you had never met me in person, which none of you had, or most of you hadn't heard of my channel or seen my channel. Really cool to interact with you guys, and I'm excited the rest of the week to just run into as many of you that I didn't get to catch up with at the YouTube get-together, and just try to like build those connections and friendships, because that's really what this community is about. And it was on full display last night, so thank you for letting me be a part of it. Bigger pickups now. 1964 Venezuelan. We got Vada Pinson and his combo card with Dick Sizzler. These don't have any paper loss, and they're a little creased and banged up, but for Venezuelans, they're in pretty good shape, and I was able to get these for $5 a piece. '68 Atlantic Oil played ball back, Carly Yastrzemski. These are perforated, and the play ball back, which has the win $2,500 thing on it, is the rare back of the two. The guy that I bought this from had 3 cases full of Yastrzemskis, and he's the #1 guy on the Yastrzemski master set on PSA's database. Really cool guy. Was able to make a deal on this one that I didn't have. I have the Hungarian from this set, but that's the only card I had in my collection. So getting a different Carl Yastrzemski for the collection was really cool, and I'm happy to own it, even in a 1. At the YouTube get-together that I was talking about, finally got to meet B-Ross 6. We kept trying to run into each other at the show, just didn't happen. And he also had this in his inventory, 1949 Bowman, Dom DiMaggio. Couple Doms that love the Red Sox. This card is sharp, and I'm really happy to own it. So thank you, Brian. Jake, Legends Never Die, hooked me up with my first ever Playing Days Bobby Dora card. He does not have a lot of cards. Hall of Fame second baseman from my Red Sox. And I love this set. It's not as colorful as some of the other cards in this set, but it was a really nice pickup for my PC. So thank you, Jake. And then I got one of the Infinity Gauntlet cards. I did it. 1962 Topps Lou Brock in a BVG 2.5, and I think it's a little undergraded. It has really nice eye appeal. Was happy to get this card for less than a lot of the raw ones and cases were selling for, just because of this like bubbling that happens on Beckett cases. I'm really happy to add this to the PC. It was on my list. Me and him share a birthday. Great Hall of Famer, and I think this card's only going to continue to be appreciated. Appreciate you guys as always for listening. I'm going to enjoy catching up with as many of the YouTubers as possible over the next couple days, hopefully adding another Infinity Gauntlet card. If you guys have never went to a national, I strongly recommend it. It's just so great. It's overwhelming, but in the best way possible. I've made a bunch of friends, picked up a lot of great stuff, and it's truly going to be something that I don't forget. For those of you that weren't able to make it to the National this year, I hope that all the amazing content that's going out there, seeing the cards and hearing these positive stories, will help entertain you and hold you over till the next National you can go to. Signing off from AC. Let's have another day. Peace.